I have never been so excited to try a new airbrush, and I can't wait. Hi, I'm Grace Lovejoy, and I use my airbrushes every single day as a makeup artist and also as an airbrush coach. I usually stick to one brand, which is Paasche Talons. It's the best airbrush that I've found until now to do airbrush tattoos with. Today, I am doing a review and an unboxing of the Gaahleri GHAD-39. Now, this airbrush I went out and bought because I was so excited to see it. When I finally came across Gaahleri, which is a relatively new airbrush brand, I was impressed. The quality just looked so much better than my experience at the price points that their airbrushes are selling at. So, got myself a couple of these airbrushes, and now I'm going to give them a try. So, come along with me and let's see what this airbrush has to offer. When I first received the airbrush, it was in this box. I did get 2 of them. I've never gotten an airbrush that inexpensive that had any kind of quality to it. So I'm really excited to see how this is going to spray with our ink and how it's going to stand up to my airbrush tattoos. So let's go ahead and get this unboxed and see what the insides look like. So when I unboxed the other one, I noticed that when I removed this right here, it said void on it, which I love because I really like to be the first one to handle my airbrushes. I don't recommend people buy their airbrushes used, and I really don't like getting used airbrushes from Amazon. So this actually will tell you on the side, if someone opened it up, it'll say void like that. So I like that right off the bat. And when you open it up, this is what you get. So first off, right away, I love that there is an exploded view of the airbrush with all the parts right on the box. This helps a lot when it comes to being a beginner airbrusher. You really should know the inner workings of your airbrush, and if you don't have access to that information very easily, then it can get very confusing. And one thing I noticed right away, it has recommendations of what you should assemble and disassemble and what you shouldn't. And I usually do tell people that they shouldn't disassemble their air valve assembly, and they seem to agree. So I can definitely say that's good information to have. So when you first open the box, you have a very nice letter from the company saying each Gaahleri airbrush undergoes rigorous spray testing before leaving the factory. There might be minor paint residue present. We apologize for any inconvenience this may cause the product. Indeed has an issue. No need to return it. Just contact us to confirm the problem and we'll arrange a reshipment for you. That is excellent customer service right out of the box. And this is the quick start guide. Now, right away, notice that they don't recommend that you store your airbrush in the cleaner. So with my Paasches, I do recommend to people to soak them. I have done multiple experiments with my Paasches to see if I can leave them out and maybe just put a little bit of denatured alcohol in the cups and leave them out and let them stay outside of a bath. But in my shop here, I do airbrush tattoos all day, every day. And I have to put them back into their bath at the end of the day, and then I take them out as they're needed, and so that I can get to my job and get my airbrushes up and running very quickly. Now, that said, instructions here recommend that you don't store your Gaahleri airbrushes in a bath, and they also don't even recommend that you completely disassemble the airbrush in order to clean it. So I'm going to have a lot of fun seeing if that is something that we can get away with, because I would certainly appreciate not having to store my airbrushes in denatured alcohol. So I'm going to go ahead and continue with the exploration. So we have the extra baggie of washers, which is always nice to have. I'm going to set that aside, and we have the actual airbrush. So this airbrush, let me tell you guys, this airbrush is very, very different from a Paasche. It's got this velvety feel to it. I think it might be that it's got thicker metal. It's definitely highly polished, and it definitely has more layers of chrome plating than the Paasche does. So this particular model, it comes with a 0.35 millimeter tip and also a 0.5 millimeter tip, which is really, really great to have, because I use different size tips for depending on what it is that I'm using the airbrush for. So this is the 0.5 millimeter tip. We're going to leave this in here, but we'll just pull it out for a second. Now, the tip assembly in the Gaahleri airbrushes is innovative. It's not like anything I've ever seen, and I'm really excited to see how it works with our ink. So we're going to go ahead and put that one in. I'm going to use the 0.5 millimeter airbrush tip on one of these, and then I'm going to put the 0.35 millimeter tip for my other airbrush so that I can test the different spray patterns and whether or not we need that much. Okay, so now the airbrush itself has a detachable cup, and the cups are polished to a mirror finish, which is supposed to help with easy cleaning. And also the fact that the airbrush bowl comes off makes for easy cleaning too. And this is just some of the smoothest airbrush parts I've ever felt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and we're going to break this airbrush down, and I'm going to lubricate it, and then I'm going to go ahead and give it a whirl. We'll do a tattoo and see how that looks. So that's it for this unboxing video. My thoughts are that the Gaahleri airbrush is not like any other airbrush I've ever experienced. This was the GHAD-39, and I'm just about to open up the boxes for the Mobius 0.2 and the Mobius 0.3. I'm really excited to get those going and find out exactly what's possible with those two. First, I'm going to finish the test run with the GHAD-39, and I'll give my final thoughts on that airbrush when I'm done with that video. And that one's coming up next. If this video was helpful for you, go ahead and give me a like. And if you're interested in the Airbrush with Grace program, that's my app and my learning experience where I coach people to learn how to airbrush like me. Check out the link in the description, find out more. Thanks again for joining me for the unboxing of the Gaahleri GHAD-39. I'm looking forward to opening up a whole new world of airbrushing with this amazing new airbrush company. See you in the next video.